What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite heroes in the game, and actually a hero that many people don't really have in their mind when they're talking about good heroes, and that is Alsa. Alsa, in my opinion, is an absolutely overlooked gem, and she is one of the heroes that when I do Supreme Arena and I have a team where I'm just like missing one more hero, where I often find myself that I want to fill it with Alsa just because she can really deal a ton of damage. And let me give you an example of that. Here, for example, we have a recent fight in Supreme Arena, 324 million damage. And she is an absolute monster. The reason many people didn't really like her when she was initially released is that she, after her first ult, basically jumps into the enemy side or to the next enemy. And if that enemy is on your side, okay, that is kind of okay and good. But if that enemy is on the enemy side, well, you are kind of in a bit of a peril. And heal at that time being a little bit slow made her not really stand out very well. Nonetheless, her damage potential, even back then, back at her release, was quite immense. So she is a hero that not only works well with CC heroes like Iron, but also packs quite a punch on her own, as we can see right there. Big magic damage hits, 3 kills that she got right there, stun, and also quick ults, because her ult cost actually is reduced through her skills. So, and that results in us having like such wonderful 324 million damage there, easily double the amount that my P4 OD did there, so absolutely massive. And yeah, in this video I want to show you some more fights, and actually I want to upgrade her as well, so let's just upgrade her level a little bit, bring it to 491 just because we can. Bam. And then I decided I actually want to upgrade her weapon as well, so we're going to go ahead and bring the thing to plus 20, I guess. Unlocking her next ability right there. And I want to go a little bit more over the abilities as well, demonstrate you some of those, so that maybe when the next time you are in the peril and need a good hero, you go for Alsa. So plus 20 Alsa right now, and let's take a look at one of her abilities that I like the most, which is her synergy with CC heroes. So synergy with CC heroes actually stems from 2 abilities. First of all, the rolling boulder ability. Every 12 seconds, Alsa sends the vibration in the ley lines. Locate all enemies recently affected by control effects. Can be any control effect. It was meant to be used with Sora. And if you played the first story, the first season, then you know that. Of course, it was meant to be played with him, but you can use any CC effect. For example, an Arden, or an Ulmus, or an Iron, all of those work and will trigger this skill. She then drops a boulder on them. It will first fly in the air above them, taking a second, and then drop down. 280% damage, plus 25 for every point of skill power we have, so that is an additional 4, I think, this season that we can get there, so that would be 380%, and that is already insane. That is already insane. Let's compare that to another hero that is commonly used. You all know the damage from Carolina, but the snowballs actually only deal 150% damage, so that is fairly interesting. It's a little bit faster in terms of dealing damage more often, but for the single hit, well, she already is way higher than Carolina with that. And then if we take a look at her Supreme Plus, Rolling Boulder deals an extra 180% damage to enemies recently affected by multiple control effects. So in the situation that we have like Ulmus and Arden and Iron together, we can achieve that fairly easily and get actually massive damage. Let me show you how that looks. So here we have fellow content creator Brownie, definitely subscribe to this guy by the way, and he probably didn't set up this team at all, somehow randomly appeared or something, I don't know. But this team does not have a Lily Mace. So what I set up is a very classical Iron comp. Iron, Ulmus, Arden, and we have our Alsa in there together with Damien, just for fun. We won't need it. This fight actually won't be very long. So take a look at this. I will slow it down for you guys. Sorry, slow down, because this fight doesn't take long. We see the little boulders appear on top, and bam, and that is the entire fight. It took 5 seconds in total. And yeah, we have the massive damage here by Iron, which is of course amplified by our Alsa, and results in this very insane fight on double speed. By the way, this looks just funny. because on double the speed it's just that, and that's the entire fight. I mean, we can watch this a few more times. Fighting, of course, I mean, we do we even have Paragon advantage? We do have Paragon advantage. So we're fighting a P4 Harak, absolute monster, a P3 Dynel, a P3 Hugin, which I'm jealous of, I have to say at this point. I'm very, very jealous of this. He has a P3 Leica, and we have a P2 Fresto. And, I mean, in terms of Paragon, we have 4 P3 heroes and 1 P4. So, is pretty similar, I guess. Might even have an advantage, because that is a Celestial unit at P3. I'm not sure. No, it's probably we have a slight advantage, but it's not super big. It's not like there is a super huge difference. And still, yeah, results in this fight, which is an absolute madness. I want to watch it one more time, sorry. It's just too funny. It's just too funny. We also see the rocks that she can make. She can make rocks on the battlefield that block access to certain areas. So, absolutely massive damage if you can pull something like this off. And she also does great with the Wilder Tile, actually, because this Wilder Tile makes her invisible and also invincible. So during the time that she's concealed on this tile, which lasts for 8.5 seconds, it is not really a problem for her if she jumps onto the enemy side, because she won't be hit, she won't be seen, she won't be anything. And she has a starting energy of 300, so she can cast her ult fairly fast. We can see that right there. Where is she? Oh, she's invisible, of course. Okay, she has no energy bar. I mean, that really doesn't work out for us. Okay, we take her off the tile for a second so that we can see this. And I reckon it's probably still going to work. Let's take her off the tile so that you can see the initial energy. And there we go. So a good part of the bar is already filled. And yeah, we don't even need the tile for that. It's just extra. It's just extra in this situation. So an absolute madness right there. An absolutely interesting ability that you can use. And one thing that is often used as well is her ult. We kind of saw a little bit already in the fight against Joker that I showed first. Her ult is basically that she curls into a ball. In the first ult that she does, she jumps to the enemy and then enters combat stance. And she will just hit the enemy for 300% damage, which is a good amount. 300% is in general a good amount. And once she's in combat stance, her ult changes. It becomes an ult called Vigorous Slam. And this costs us 500 energy. Unless, of course, we have the exclusive equipment, which reduces this, once this is fully stacked up after 2 ults, to 400 energy. So makes it even easier for us to deal super fast ults, and in general in the fight you will just see her ult back to back to back. If we link her up with twins, we will further enhance this, and that is quite insane. So, the good thing is we deal 260% damage and we stun an enemy for 2 seconds. And this can also trigger Rolling Boulder. So, not only do we have 260% damage, we also get Rolling Boulder, and we might also get the extra damage for Rolling Boulder. So we have a super huge ult, which I frequently see one-shotting enemies. And if we take a look back at the fight that I just showed you guys, at the fight in Supreme Arena, then we can see this a little bit. You can see how hard the hits really are, and I want you to keep an eye out for that. I will slow it down a little bit. At the start she throws a few stones, then her energy is full, her first ult hits the nearest enemy, and now she is in combat stance. And you can see this has AoE, this does a ton of damage, triggered the Rolling Boulder effect. She was fast enough to even hit the shark here before the Iron Mark hit him. There we see the stun, we see the stone coming down, and that is the next hit, and we see how quick she is there. Absolutely massive stuns, and absolutely massive ult damage as well. So in general, the enemy gets stunned, and in the time that he's stunned, the stone appears above their head, and as soon as they are no longer stunned, the stone hits them and oftentimes kills them. You can see how much of the HP bar that just deleted. And that is really a piece of insanity, this massive ult. A little bit more Paragon advantage right here. Still wanted to show this team. It's a little bit of a fun team. We are once again attacking with the Wilder setup. This time not focused on Iron. I just wanted to demonstrate her ult a little bit more and her potential as a main carry. The thing with teams like this is she's if you go for a sustain team, this in general works. So like if you have a Hewen and she gets to trigger, if you run a maybe in a Mauler setup, and Mauler you can do, by the way, Mauler is fairly interesting on her because it will make her chase the enemy with the highest damage dealt. So effectively just making her a little bit of an assassin, targeting like this super high damage unit most of the time, the highest damage dealer, and taking that out fast like she does it right here. That can be super insane. She has AoE damage, and you can see how funny that is. It's just back-to-back ults because we have the Paragon advantage for the energy gain and everything. And that is just funny. And one more thing that I want to show is a little bit of PvE, just so that you see it. It's not in general the case that she's the best damage dealer, though we see her in every single Ravaged Realm. In every single Ravaged Realm, when we have this selection of Mauler heroes, she comes out as one of the best magic damage dealers that we have. We saw her a little bit yesterday too, when I showed the teams for battle drills. In battle drills right now, the boss actually is Grim Executioner. Grim Executioner, as I explained, he has a 99% reduction of fist damage. So Alsa actually in there becomes a very, very valid choice. And if you want to watch that, and I definitely recommend you check out the teams that I showed for battle drills, you're absolutely invited to. I just want to go into Dream Realm for the last bit and just show you how it can look when we have like the twins in here, and just link that up with a little bit of Alsa and a little bit of Odie. Is something that is probably not super optimal, but it looks kind of fancy when we have those super fast ults from Alsa. So let's take a look at that as the end of this video. By the way, while we are watching this, 70% of people that watch my videos actually are not subscribed to the channel. So if you want to do me a favor, subscribing actually helps me a ton, and we should double speed here. Subscribing actually helps me a ton, and most people just let go through the videos with the algorithm. That's okay as well, don't mind that. Absolutely love when you watch my videos. But subscribing actually helps me a ton, if it is with like making the videos be seen for more people, or just when I talk to developers or something. It's often that you get a little bit more noticed when you have a bigger subscriber count. So that would definitely help. And also, I just appreciate it as a little bit of feedback for my work here, and for this hobby that I have, because YouTube for me is a hobby. So we can see back to back ults just all the time. And this was used in different ways actually in the past. Was also used as for all the artifacts that require multiple ults cast. And there she's always on the battlefield. Now she's a little bit dead, but I mean, that can happen. It's a Lucia. It's not an optimal team. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks when we have like the energy recovery from the twins on top of that. And she's outdamaged in PvE by Odie in general. There she isn't really like best hero, but for PvP, definitely an interesting choice. So I hope you appreciated that little view on Alsa that we did. I randomly got her before. She might be interesting again, because if you didn't know yet, and haven't seen that video, for Mirael I actually showcased already the upgrade with the Shadow Essence. For the Shadow Essence, and allows you to upgrade the Supreme Plus effect to one more level. And there may be secret info that Soren is actually getting an upgrade to his Supreme Plus as well. And as said before, the intended use for Alsa was to be used together with Soren. Soren CCing the enemies, Alsa providing the extra damage, Soren sweeping the enemies against the borders of the map, or anything, or the stones that she provides, and them working together. And it has been in the past that Soren really didn't keep up with Alsa, but maybe with the Supreme Plus update, like an already quite good hero like Soren together with Alsa could be really insane. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and if you want to see that, I will make a video about this on this channel. Other than that, I wish you guys a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.